Well, Nike has snapped Mason Greenwood after him going back onto his Instagram account and adding United and Nike as his team and sponsor respectively. Then Harry Kane to United has been blocked by who? I'm going to let you know because I brought you a story yesterday when the CEO of Manchester United, that is Richard Arnold, ready to go ahead and really embark on landing the signing of Harry Kane in a record-breaking English record or signing of the decade. Now, Rio Ferdinand has also had his say about Lisandro Martinez, and I believe Rio Ferdinand has the best say on Lisandro Martinez because he was a defender at Manchester United. Him being a defender at Manchester United gives him all the right to talk about Lisandro Martinez because he knows what it means to be a defender and putting on that shirt of Manchester United and performing on a constant level that is really top notch. So welcome to United Matters channel. Rock and David is my name. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Now, I brought you a story yesterday when Mason Greenwood looked like was demanding for United return, as he really returned the club of Manchester United to his bio on Instagram, and he not only added that, he also went ahead to put in Nike, a team, I think it was his sponsor, that really signed him and he was promoting their products as far as boots are really concerned. Now, after him putting Nike back to his bio, Nike issued a statement and the Mirror really went ahead to put it out onto their website. They told us that Nike have confirmed that their previous statement in relation to Mason Greenwood remains applicable now. Greenwood is no longer a Nike athlete. Now, where does this leave Greenwood? Because if one brand stands against you and snubs you, that means all brands are going to do the same. United has very many brands that they work with. This is a confirmation to me that it's going to be hard for Greenwood to make a return to Manchester United, because if Nike does not want to associate with Greenwood, then Adidas at Manchester United will also say, we don't want Greenwood, because the biggest block of his return is going to be the sponsors of Manchester United. That's it. Then after the sponsors, they are going to be the season holder fans, especially women who believe that what Greenwood did is really something ridiculous, that he doesn't deserve to put on the shirt of Manchester United. I know that most people who watch this channel mostly are in Africa, and Africa take what Greenwood did as a small thing. But in Western countries, you'll find yourself that who comes first is a child, a woman, an animal, and obviously a man comes last. So that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is for a side called England. So I believe it's a communication already being sent out that's going to be hard for Greenwood to return to Manchester United, because I don't see brands associating with him, because however much he was really proved not guilty, brands like Nike believe that they shouldn't associate with him. So are they going to pay him his money? That's the most important thing, because he was proved innocent and he lost his contract. So that means Greenwood has all the right to take Nike to court and tell them, please, I want my money. I want my money. So I believe we need further flesh and beef onto this story, and Nike coming out and issuing a statement is not only enough, but we first had a story that Nike really went ahead to compensate 12 months of Greenwood when he was charged, and they announced him off their brand. But Greenwood is really in a very bad situation according to me, because this is one brand and these brands have the same beliefs and traits. So if Nike believes that they don't want to associate with Mason Greenwood, I think even the new sponsor of Manchester United, or shirt sponsor, won't want to associate with him. Not only that, even even the fans, some, will not want to associate with him. So it's really hard time for Greenwood, and I really believe it's really a hard time for Manchester United to make a decision, because after being proven not guilty, if you terminate his contract, you have to compensate it. So Nike has to get hold of money and compensate Mason Greenwood. Manchester United, if they make a decision of terminating his contract, they're supposed to come out and really cough some good money and really wire it to the account of Mason Greenwood. So amidst everything that we're going to lose one of the prospectful young talents, he has been referred to as a generational talent. I believe for him, he's going to be earning in money, and he might see himself go somewhere, play the game of football, and maybe later he will return, because United had gone in for Anatovic, and one of the season ticket holders wrote a letter to Richard Arnold, the CEO, that a ticket holder for 30 years at Manchester United. I can't allow United to be having a player donning on the shirt of United when he had racists, black spots, while still in, is it FC20? I don't recall when, but way back. Now, what of Greenwood, who really went ahead to do things that a girlfriend let out on social media? Do you know how many ticket season holders will go onto the email box of Manchester United and really say we are really dropping these season tickets? I believe they will really find themselves in a very tough situation, because at the same time, there can be other ticket season holders who will come say, why are you really letting a player go who is really not guilty? So it's still balancing there, and we're waiting to see what's going to be the final statement of United, because Nike coming in through is just a starting bit. So United coming in for this and making a decision will be something that we are waiting to see how it's going to be really tackled by the club of Manchester United. Now, Harry Kane to Manchester United is one of those that I did yesterday, that Ten Hag is willing to sell Anton Martial and then bring in either Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen. And Gary Jacobs, he works for the sports, is a sports reporter for the Times, has really gone ahead and really said however much Manchester United is really willing to break a record and sign this striker, Tottenham Hotspur will not sell Harry Kane to a rival this summer, who have Manchester United have been linked with Kane, have made Napoli's Victor Osimhen a target. Now, who is a rival to Tottenham Hotspur? I doubt that is out of reach, because Spurs, having finished ahead of us last season, doesn't mean that we're in the same league with them. If Levy believes that we are a rival to Spurs, that's out. That's out, because what makes us in the same level with Spurs? Trophies? No. Players? No. Records? No. Even when we face them, the way we beat them is not how you beat a rival. It's not how a rival really reacts when he's being beaten. So, I believe there is a misconception here. Daniel Levy just needs to put out such stories because he knows that his player is left with just 1 year on his contract after the summer. He knows that he's willing to walk out on a free. The only way for him to go out and really find himself in a very better position of really getting money out of Harry Kane is selling him in the summer. 2 years ago, Man City came in with £100 million, £130 million, insisted I want £160 million. City went in for Grealish. That was when he was having 3 years on his contract. This time he's having 1 year left on his contract after the summer, meaning that all in the summer. Meaning is the only way for him to cash in, because Spurs doesn't look like they are going to win trophies. That's it. And this guy needs to win trophies. Amidst him scoring goals, without trophies, I don't see him staying at Spurs. Though there was a story coming out that Harry Kane is discussing a new contract with Tottenham Hotspur. I believe if puts pen to paper, it will be the worst career suicides that I've ever seen in the world of football, because you can't tell me that you go in and extend your contract, yet you know to it that Spurs are nowhere near winning a title. You know it very well. United is knocking on the door, and I think amongst the big teams that are really willing to win the title, is the only one that will go in for Hurricane. Man City has Haaland and Julian Alves. Arsenal has Jesus and Nketiah, even though Arsenal will be wanting to sign Hurricane, but the rivalry in between Arsenal and Spurs cannot allow that deal to happen unless Hurricane walks there as a free agent. But I believe even if he's a free agent, he'll never walk to Arsenal because he knows what it means to the fans of Spurs who have always loved him. Chelsea, maybe Chelsea can come in through because they are in need of a striker. I think it's United and Chelsea that can come in through because Liverpool have Darwin Núñez. So, for Manchester United side, I believe they're not selling us Hurricane. To me, I'll be jubilating because I don't want him at Manchester United. He's 30 years of age. Why should we go in and spend £100 million plus on a player who is 30 years of age? I rather do the Victor Osimhen deal because he's 23, 24 years of age and he's still young and willing to play lots and lots of football. And his element for the Premier League, his physicality, his pace, the way he bursts into space is really out of this world. So, to me, if Hurricane is not sold to Manchester United and Spurs thinks that we are their rival, it's okay for them to think so. But for me, I don't believe that we are anywhere in a rival battle with Spurs, because there is nothing that creates a battle in between Spurs and us. We are not from the same city. Like you see, way back before Man City started to win trophies, it was a derby and a very huge game in the world because that Manchester derby meant a lot. Even though Man City were not having quality players, but they could put up a show. They could put up a show every time they really played Manchester United. And sometimes they shocked us. You know that very well. But there is nothing like rivalry in between us and Spurs. Spurs just wants to put out stories of Hurricane that they're not willing to sell him to any rival. And Hurricane wants to stay in England, that's it. He wants to break the record of Alan Shearer. And I think he's like some 60, 70 goals away from really breaking it. If at all he goes ahead to Manchester United, just know he'll be scoring very many goals and he'll be exposing himself to really stopping or really reaching that record of Alan Shearer. So, let's wait and see how that's going to happen. But to me, Victor Osimhen would have been a striker that I've always wanted at Manchester United. Benjamin Šeško, Vlahovic, those will really make my day. Goncalo Ramos, my worry with him is that he's expensive. How do you pay 100 million euros or 80 million pounds for Goncalo? A player who is playing in the Premier La Liga of Portugal. I rather go for Osimhen and I pay 120 million pounds, sorry, 120 million euros or 100 million pounds, all Victor Osimhen, all Vlahovic, all Benjamin Šeško, those three. But Goncalo Ramos, however much is a very good striker, but look at what Ruben Diaz is going through at Liverpool. Darwin Núñez is going through at Liverpool. He's really not scoring goals as... Okay, he's scoring goals, but he's missing lots of chances for Liverpool and has not hit the ground running. One will argue that he's in a struggling team. If at all he came to Manchester United, he would have been scoring in goals. And you cannot rule that out because I think we are a better team and we are having a better manager than those teams there. That is Liverpool. So, thank you very much for watching in through. Let's go ahead and really climax this video with the story coming in from Real Ferdinand. Ferdinand has said the following: Lisandro Martinez on form right now. I don't think there is really much argument coming from anywhere else. I think he's dominant, he's aggressive, he's a leader, he communicates well, he shows character, he's there in big moments. Obviously, every time the club needs him to save it, he saves it. He's playing alongside one of the best central defenders in the world for the past 10 years. Even right now, I think he's still into that ilk. That is Rafael Varane. And to me, I believe he's the best defender in the Premier League. People will talk about Saliba and so on and so forth, but this guy is out of this world. You will talk about these players and you will ask yourself always, what are they doing? You get? He makes others look worse in the Premier League. You know, with his size and how people came out and really talked about him and had to gecko him on his size, that he's not fit for the Premier League. He has shut down the bigs of people like Yami Carragher and Grammy Souness, who really say that he's short, he can't play the Premier League, but he has proved them wrong. He's a fighter. He's one of a kind that you will always want to reckon with in your team. So that's what Ferdinand was going to have to say about Lisandro Martinez. We call it the end of this video, and your thoughts on Nike snapping Greenwood are welcome in the comment section below. Kane to United blocked, obviously. Spurs not willing to sell him to Manchester United, and Lisandro Martinez being held by Rio Ferdinand, the former captain of Manchester United, obviously one of the best defenders of his time at Manchester United. May the Lord bless you abundantly. First video of the day. More is yet to come on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe, guys, and smash the black button that has the word subscribe. Hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. So I sign out for now. See you later, and good evening, good afternoon, bye bye.